Now coming to the last one, difference of equations. This is pretty simple and straightforward. We are simply subtracting two different equations. The first question, limit as x approaches infinity of under root x squared minus x. Now the first equation is this. Under root x squared is simply x absolute minus x, which is simply 0. So it is approaching 0. What about negative infinity? It is still reaching 0. Limit as x approaches infinity of x square under root minus x square. This would become x absolute minus x square. Now we look for the x with the biggest power, so we'll have minus x power 2. And if I substitute a very large number here and take a power of it, it would become minus something very big. So it would become negative of something very big. It would become negative infinity. And what if it was reaching negative infinity? So negative x squared, if I substitute a very large negative number, this would simply become a negative, and square of that would become a positive number, and hence it is also reaching negative infinity. Question 3, limit as x approaches infinity of under root 9, that would become x power 3 absolute minus x. Now we'll take the value with the highest power, so x power 3 absolute. What if it goes to positive infinity? This would become infinity. What if it is going towards negative infinity? So a negative very large number, power 3, but in the eventually it is, we are taking the absolute of it, so it would eventually become positive, so it is also reaching positive infinity. Let's summarize what we have learned up till now. So we learned that whenever we see this infinity sign, we know that the question is from infinite limits. Now x can reach a numerical value and y can reach infinity, in which case we have to make a table and then find an answer. In the other case, when x is reaching infinity, we simply know that first step is simply to take the highest power of x. Step 2, in quotients, if there can be three scenarios. One is where x has the same power in the numerator and the denominator. We will simply get a numerical value in the answer. In the second scenario, when x has a greater power in the numerator than the denominator, we get an infinity or a negative infinity. And when x has a bigger power in the denominator, we simply get a 0. The second one was square root, and we know that the tip was that whenever there's a square root sign, we simply have to write it as the absolute of x. The third one was trigonometric equations, where we know that if the trigonometric equation was in the numerator, then we take the range -1 from 1, and if it's in the denominator, then it does not exist. And the difference of equations, there was nothing special about it. So that's all.